Hi, welcome to Brewing Live, Publicis Sapiens Technology Chat Show. I'm your host, Neha Pathak. Today consumer product firms have access to some of the most advanced demand planning technologies available. But historically, these firms have faced data challenges because they have indirect relationships with consumers and therefore lack of insight from retail partners. And when the unexpected like COVID-19 struck, consumer demand shifted so rapidly and predictability became a huge challenge. To talk about how CP firms can connect demand planning with direct consumer enablement and how we as Publicis Sapient can help, I would like to welcome my guest, Scott Petrie, who's a Senior VP Engineering. Welcome, Scott, to the show.
Hi, Neha. Great to be on again. Thanks.
Scott, could you start by explaining the real challenge CP firms have with demand planning?
Well, as you can imagine, in a scenario like COVID-19, the pandemic, and particularly the lockdown, there was a lot of panic buying and people hunting for products that they couldn't find. They couldn't figure out where to find them. We see a lot of that, not just in a pandemic situation, but in consumer products in general. There's a lot of times when a unique product or an interesting product is out of stock. And consumer products firms have a challenge that they have a sort of a blank space between when something leaves their own warehouses and when it gets on the shelf at a retailer. The retailers may or may not have that data, but they don't readily share it, particularly not in real time with consumer products firms. And so there's a gap in the consumer products firms' own understanding of where their products are on the shelf, where they're available, and who's buying them, or where they might be sitting there and not getting bought. So they lack visibility altogether in the consumer end of their own demand planning system.
So clearly there's a lot of data around. What solutions do you think are required to take in all this data and gain actionable insights?
Well, the first challenge is to get the data. And so there's some need to engage with consumers or engage with retailers in a way to get a picture of that inventory positioning in various stores, but also to better understand what consumers are doing. A lot of that data is starting to become available through various social networking type of applications and experiences that platform companies are putting out into the market. But then the CPG still needs the ability to absorb all that data and then figure out how to process all that data in real time to make use of the insights. Because consumers are always buying and products are always moving through the ecosystem, that's a real-time problem. The data moves very fast, and there's a lot of it. There's a lot of data about what different consumers are doing and how they're behaving in each market that you might work in. I guess a lot of consumer products firms today are looking at consumer data platforms and trying to better understand their consumers, just in terms of behavior and interest and what those consumers are trying to do. But this kind of platform doesn't directly solve the demand planning challenge, which is to better understand not just what the consumers are doing, but also to better understand the inventory position, what retailers have, and how those marry up, how the product interest and inventory positions marry up with what consumer behavior is. So we're talking here about a data platform, but it's, in this case, a platform that is unique to intersecting the data between what consumer behaviors are doing, as well as what retailers are doing with products on shelves, and what the consumer products company is trying to do in terms of direct-to-consumer relationships. So how to marry all that data together with a data platform. So that's not your traditional CDP type of platform that's out in the market, but rather as a somewhat bespoke technology platform that needs to be put together that can model intelligence on top of all of that data and make that available as an insight that shows up in consumer experiences as the consumers are interacting.
So this clearly requires different capabilities to build out. What are our capabilities in building such a platform?
It's a good question. The capabilities around platform development haven't changed a lot over the last few years. Data engineering is still very much at the core of getting a platform set up. Obviously, today we do that in cloud platforms most of the time. So we're usually talking about enabling a large data ecosystem within one of the major cloud platforms. So we have to have that capability, and that's the biggest piece of what we're talking about here. But there's a huge data science problem to go with it, right? To make sure that once we have that data and it's in the system, how do we put models on top of it? So being able to develop machine learning models that actually make use of that data, it's too fast moving for it to be something that we analyze with dashboards and visualization tools. So we have to be able to model the data on top of it, and we have to be able to sort of develop those insights in a way that is programmatic and systematic. So those two capabilities are huge. And of course, underneath of any good data platform is a whole lot of infrastructure and a whole lot of engineering to make sure that that solution is reliable and continues to perform, and all of the things that, you know, that we typically do when we release a new platform into the market.
I think you briefly touched upon this, but my last question is, demand planning is a problem that CP firms have had for a very long time. So why is now the time to solve this problem?
Sure. Well, a big part of it has been a little bit of the shift I was talking about before, where there's a lot more direct to consumer relationship between consumer products firms than there used to be. There's a lot more consideration that the consumer is an important part of the ecosystem, not just from a study of behavior and product interest, but also in figuring out how the consumer can directly relate to the consumer products firm by even potentially buying products directly. So that's one shift that sort of drives the need to get this right now. And the pandemic made it a lot worse, I'd say, in the sense that it became a necessity, not just a possibility for consumer products firms to have a direct relationship with consumers. Became absolutely necessary. And to do that and succeed at that and keep that momentum going forward, and that sort of shift in the balance between retailers and consumer products requires that the consumer products firm provide great relationships, great experiences to their customers, to their consumers. And they won't be able to do that if they don't have data and they don't understand what those consumers are doing, and they aren't able to apply that data. So where retailers have really spent the last many years working on better personalization, better omni-channel experiences, and lots of things that we hear all the time from the retail community, consumer products firms haven't done that as much in the past. And this is the time now to do it because the momentum is there. On top of that, the technology is with us, right? So the other thing that I would add to that is just we haven't always been so good at data solutions. That's been something that's taken some time to get the computing power and the capacity and really the cloud platforms that make it possible to process this kind of data in real time with tools like machine learning that really make it possible to gain insights from much larger data sets than we've usually processed in the past.
Thank you, Scott, for this chat. It's always a pleasure having you on my show.
Thanks, Neha. Glad to be on.
If you do like this video, please subscribe to our channel, The How Channel. This is Neha Pathak signing out.